días. ¿Cómo están ustedes? Qué bien, me alegro. Welcome to our Spanish class this morning, where we're going to be looking at the verb tener, and you're going to find out different ways that you can use the verb tener to express what you have to do and what you would like to do. So, let's get started.
I want you to look at this slide, and this is the conjugation of the verb tener. This is a review for you because we've done this in the past. So let's conjugate together out loud the verb tener. Tengo, tienes, tiene. Tenemos, tienen.
Okay, somebody had a question. Yes. No, you can't go to the bathroom. Let's get back to the grammar.
Take a look at this slide. It shows us that you can use the verb tener in any of its conjugated forms, add the word que, and then add any infinitive, and that's the dictionary form of the verb. Any infinitive in the dictionary you can add, and this expresses obligation, or what you have to do. Look at the example at the bottom of the slide. It says, tengo que trabajar. Let's say that together. Tengo que trabajar. I have to work.
So let's practice that. Take out your handout that says Vocabulario 1.3 at the top. Here's what it looks like. Now, as you can see on our handout, we have different activities that are being described. Poner la mesa. Who can tell me what that means? That's right. That's to set the table. Pasar la aspiradora is to correct. Run the vacuum cleaner. And you can see the different activities. Preparar la cena, decorar el patio, limpiar el baño, arreglar la sala. These are the different activities that are shown on your handout. Now what I want you to do is we're going to go around the room, and each of you is going to get an opportunity to put it in the first person and say, I have to, and you can use any of these phrases that appear on your handout. Let's try it. I'm going to do the first one for you. I want to say, I have to decorate the patio. And here's how I would do it. Tengo que decorar el patio. See how easy that is? Now, Steve, I want you to see if you can say, I have to set the table. Can you do it? Okay. Tengo que, no tell me. Tengo que poner la mesa. Okay, that was great. Now what I would like for you to do is to take your handout, and I want you to continue practicing this in groups of 3. I want you to say, I have to, and you fill in the blank using your handout. Let's get to work. I can tell by listening to your small groups that you're getting the hang of it. You've learned how to use the verb tener to express what you have to do. Now we're going to learn another use of the same verb tener, but this time to express what you want to do. Take a look at this slide.
Let's take a look at another use of the verb tener, this time to express what you want to do. All you have to do is use the conjugated form of tener like we've been doing, and then add the phrase ganas de, and then at the end of the phrase plug in whatever infinitive you would like to use. Look at the example at the bottom, and let's say this together. Tengo ganas de viajar. I want to travel.
Now I want you to pull out the handout that says Vocabulario 1.4. Here's what it looks like. As you can see on the worksheet, this time we're working on how to say what we want to do. And this time we're going to change our conjugated verb to the we form. Instead of tengo, we're going to be saying tenemos, we. And we're going to use our handout to describe the different things that we want to do. For example, I want to say we want to visit the museum, and here's how I would do it. tenemos ganas de visitar un museo. Or perhaps you want to say, we want to go to the zoo. Here's how you could say it. Tenemos ganas de ir al zoológico. Do you get the idea? Again, we're simply using the conjugated form of the tener verb. We're adding the phrase ganas de, and then we're plugging in whatever infinitive that we choose to describe. It's a very simple process. Now I want you to practice it. Let's take a few moments to go around the room, and I want some of you to practice by saying to me, tenemos ganas de, and then put in whatever infinitive that you would like to do. Let's try it. Okay, let's have you try it. Very good. Tenemos ganas de ir a la fiesta. How about someone else? Okay? All right, April, why don't you try it? Try to use one of these bits here on the sheet. Very good. Tenemos ganas de ir al mercado. It's a very simple thing, and it can be very useful in your everyday conversation to be able to express what you have to do and what you want to do. Okay, now I want you to pull out our last handout for this morning. It's the one that says Capítulo 1, Cuento Final. Here's what it looks like. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read you a little paragraph that describes what you're looking at on your handout. And what I would like for you to do is to listen and see if you can pick out as I read all the different things that Samuel, the boy in the story, all the things that he has to do, and all the things that he wants to do. And again, we're going to be reinforcing the use of the verb tener to express obligation and also to express what you want to do. Okay, let's listen. Samuel está pensando en todas las cosas que tiene que hacer hoy. Por la mañana va a correr. Es muy atlético y le gusta correr todos los días. Después, tiene que pasar la aspiradora en la sala y cortar el césped. También tiene que limpiar su cuarto. Está muy contento porque esta noche va a celebrar el cumpleaños de Laura. A las 7 de la tarde debe vestirse para ir a la fiesta. ¡Qué divertido! Le encantan las fiestas. Tienen ganas de ir con su amiga, Teresa, pero ella no quiere salir. No puede ir a esta fiesta porque debe descansar en casa. Now I want you to look back at your handout, and I'm going to ask you, what did Samuel have to do? ¿Qué tiene que hacer Samuel? And I'd like for someone to answer, yes. You want to take a try at it? Okay, very good. Samuel tiene que estudiar. That's very good. Now we're going to try another activity. What I'd like for you to do is break into groups of 2. Turn to your partner and work together. And here's what I want you to do with your partner. I want you to pretend that someone has sent you a text mail, and it's asking you to go to a party tonight. And so I want you and your partner to write a text message. Just write it out on a piece of paper. Write a text message using the verbs that we've been studying this morning, and tell that person why you cannot go to the party. And so you're going to write out, no puedo ir a la fiesta. Tengo que, and you're going to enter in an infinitive that explains why you can't go to the party. It explains what you have to do that prevents you from going to the party. Everybody understand the assignment? Yeah, just a sentence or two. Write it out, and then we'll come back as a larger group, and we'll see what you've written.
Consigo tirar você do meu pensamento. Se você passa, eu me desmancho em dor.